Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Benedict here again from Jogging and Company Associates, and so far we have done the code up to sales to gross contribution. Remember, we are still doing the coding for automating your routine financials using Python. So we are doing the coding for P&L, and we had reached level 1. So we want to continue with level 2, of which now we'll do the coding for direct expenses. So level 2 P&L will be from sales to direct expenses. So let me just take you back to where we were doing our code. So we have done our code from opening stock, purchases, closing stock, of which we got the value of cost of sales. And then from cost of sales, we also did the coding for sales volume. And then we also did the coding for sales. And then had our level 1, and level 1 was getting the gross contribution. So this was the coding for gross contribution. So now we want to continue with the coding for direct expenses, because after getting your gross contribution, you need to net off your direct expenses from gross contribution to get your net contribution. Now from here, now we need to learn how to do the coding of direct expenses. But so far what we've done is rather the coding that we've done from cost of sales to gross contribution is so similar to the code that you want to do for, rather, that we've done down here for direct expenses. So we are saying here direct expenses is equal to P&L, rather P&L underscore data. Remember, we had the data frame, or rather the variable for P&L data that we created up there just before, rather when we were beginning to create the variables for current financial year and the variables for prior financial years. So direct expenses is equal to P&L underscore data in square bracket P&L underscore data, then category is equal to direct expense. So we are only trying to select a data set where we only have the direct expense, and then again we are trying to group that data set by category and then by ledger, and then we are summing the numerical values, rather numerical columns, and then we are resetting the index. So down here also we have direct expense is equal to, rather, direct expense dot log. Direct expense is equal to direct expense. So here we've put all the labels of numerical values within the double brackets. Then we are summing the numerical values. So then we are saying direct expense is equal to direct expense is equal to direct expense dot replace. So we are replacing the null values with direct expense, and again we are trying to reset index. And then down here we are saying direct expense is equal to direct expense dot tail and drop index. Hope you remember what we did with other previous variables, or rather with other previous data frames, when you are dropping the index. So here we are only subsetting the last row of this data frame. So we only want the total direct expenses, and then down here we are trying to concatenate the level 1 with direct expenses. So we are saying that level 2 is equal to pd.concat level 1 and direct expenses. Then the axis is equal to 0 because we are concatenating downwards. We are concatenating within the rows as we move down. Then again we are trying to reset index. So we are saying again here level 2 is equal to level 2.drop in bracket index, then the x is equal to 1. So let me just show you before we reset the index what we have. What we have down here as level 2 before we reset index or print. So there is a lot of code analysis being done underground. So this is what you can see running here. So let me see where the error is. Print level 2 2029. Let me try to print again because there's no error. There's no major error per se. So the period is 1 and then the year is 2017. So this is what we have as direct expense. So this we've selected the subset of that data frame, and then you're only selecting the last row as total expense or direct expense. So when we come down here, we have level 2 is equal to PD concat for the PD.concat level 1 direct and direct expenses. So we want to concatenate the level 1 with the data frame for direct expenses. Let me just delete this command for print. And now we want to print level 2, see what we have. So the period is 1, then the year in review is 2017. When we print, we need to get level 1 with additional row for direct expenses. So that will give us a level 2. So level 2 will have sales to direct expenses. So this is what we have as level 2. For level 2 we have sales volume, sales, cost of sales, gross margin, direct expenses. So this is what we have, and then we also have all the columns. All the columns as expected. We have the period actual, we have period budget. So the period actual is the actual month, and then the period budget is the budget month. And then we have YTD actual, YTD budget, and then period last year, YTD last year, and then total last year. So this is level 2. So let's stop at this moment. When we come back, we'll do level 3, and level 3 will be about gross margin. So thanks a lot for watching, and for those who have not subscribed, please do. If you have, thanks a lot for your support, and thanks a lot for watching. So let's meet again on the next video.